Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel. Imagine this, you're in your 20s, you've got some cash coming in, and you're thinking about how you can actually hit millionaire status. Most people complicate it, they think they need some big business idea, or a crazy investment strategy, or to just get lucky. But in reality, becoming a millionaire is a lot more about math than luck. And if you can focus on just 4 numbers and understand how they work together, that goal gets way more realistic. The first number is your income, and I don't mean the number on your paycheck before taxes, I'm talking about the actual amount of money that lands in your account each month. Because here's the truth, you cannot invest what you don't make. If you're making $2,000 a month, your path to a millionaire status is going to look way different than if you are making $8,000 or $10,000 a month. Income sets the foundation. It doesn't mean you need 6 figures right away, but it does mean you should be obsessed with building skills, finding higher paying opportunities, and keeping your eyes on the bigger picture. A lot of people get stuck because they are trying to save their way to wealth on a very limited income, and while saving is powerful, it has its limits. The more you can grow your income, the more options you give yourself down the road. The second number that matters just as much is your expenses, because it doesn't matter how much you make if you can't control what goes out. Think about it like this, if you make $6,000 a month but you spend $5,500, you only have $500 left to work with. But if you make that same $6,000 and keep your expenses around $3,000, you've got $3,000 left to invest. And that difference right there, what you keep versus what you spend, is literally the gap that makes millionaire. You don't need to cut every expense, you don't need to live like a monk, but you need to be conscious. Every dollar you don't waste is a dollar that can grow for you over the years. Now this leads directly to the third number, which is your savings and investing rate. This is the percentage of your income that actually goes towards building wealth, and this is where the magic really happens. A lot of people are saving maybe 5% of their income, some maybe 10%. But if you can get yourself to 20, 30, even 40%, that's when your timeline to millionaire status shrinks dramatically. For example, if you're making $5,000 a month and saving 10%, that's $500. But if you can cut some expenses, boost your income, and push that up to 30%, now you're investing $1,500 every single month. Over time, that's the difference between hitting your first million in your 50s versus hitting it in your 30s or 40s. The last number is your return on investment, and this is the one that really makes everything explode, because it doesn't matter if you're saving $500 or $5,000. What matters is what happens to that money once you put it to work. If it's sitting in a savings account earning basically nothing, you're losing to inflation. But if you're investing in an index fund, stocks, real estate, or even building a business, you can realistically expect returns anywhere from 6% to 12% over the long term. And when you start compounding that 10, 20, 30 years, that's where wealth really builds. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you are investing $1,500 a month at an 8% return. In 20 years, that's over $800,000. In 25 years, you are well over $1.5 million. But if you can increase that savings rate or boost your return just a little, you will hit millionaire status even faster. And here's the key, you don't need crazy high returns. You don't need to gamble on the next crypto coin or try to pick the next Amazon. If you just stay consistent, focus on broad investments, and keep feeding that account, time will do the heavy lifting for you. Now think about how all 4 of these numbers play together. Income sets the ceiling, expenses create the gap, savings rate determines how much of that gap gets invested, and return is what multiplies it over time. If you focus on just one number, like only growing income, but you let expenses grow with it, you don't move forward. If you only focus on cutting expenses but ignore income, you eventually cap yourself. And if you save but never invest, inflation eats away at your progress. You need all 4 working together like gears in a machine. If you're younger and your income isn't huge yet, focus on building skills and opportunities that raise the first number. At the same time, get your expenses under control so you're not wasting money on things you don't even care about. Then as your income grows, increase your savings rate. If you're saving 10% now, push it to 15%, then 20%. Keep leveling up, and as that money goes into investments, focus on consistency rather than chasing the highest possible returns. Here's the mindset shift that most people miss. Becoming a millionaire isn't about one big win. It's not about a lottery ticket. It's not about timing the market. It's about thousands of small, boring, consistent decisions with these 4 numbers. Every time you get a raise and don't inflate your lifestyle, you are winning. Every time you let your money compound instead of pulling it out, you are winning. And when you stack those wins up over time, you hit 7 figures almost automatically. And the fun part is that most millionaires don't even feel like they did something crazy. They just stuck to the process. The average millionaire in America isn't some tech founder or celebrity. There are people who live below their means, invested consistently, and let time do its job. If you can lock in on your income, your expenses, your savings rates, and your return on investments, you're already playing the same game they played. So if you want to get practical, here's a simple challenge. For the next month, track your income and your expenses to the dollar. Figure out your exact saving rate and then look at where that money is sitting. If it's not invested, get it working for you. Even if it's just a few $100, just start. Because the earlier you start, the less heavy lifting you have to do later. Focus on these 4 numbers, keep them moving in the right direction, and you will be shocked how fast your net worth grows. And when you hit that $1 million mark, you will look back and realize it was just a game of math, discipline, and patience. With that being said, if this video helped you out, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this. And I will see you in the next video.